Hello everyone. I hope that you are doing well and keeping as safe as you possibly can as we find ourselves in the midst of this global pandemic. These are truly uncharted territories and everything can be so overwhelming. But what I've learned in life is that good things nearly always come after bad. You can see this in nature. Whatever our plans were, maybe you were looking for that new assignment, you're looking for a new job, you wanted to move locations, you're looking for a new promotion. Whatever our plans were before and whatever our plans are for post this pandemic, let's take this season that we have to prepare. My name is Batje and I'm founder for HumHr, a human resources organization that provides career management solutions to humanitarians and human resources solutions to humanitarian organizations. I have over 15 years experience in the human resources field. I've worked in the Caribbean, I've worked in Africa, I've worked in the USA, in all facets of human resources. And you guessed right. Through all those years, I have seen tons and tons of resumes. And that's what my topic of discussion is today. That's what I'd like to talk about with you today, is how you can make that resume a winning resume, how you can write a good resume that will get your foot in through the door for the interview. So I'd like to share with you 5 tips. And the 5 tips are font, formatting, first person, length, and proofreading. I'm sure you've heard of the 5-second rule. Now, the 5-second rule is that within 5 seconds, you make an impression. Whether the impression is good or bad, you'd have made that impression. And I like to use that 5-second rule whenever I write a resume, whenever I read a resume, whenever I review a resume, I use that 5-second rule. What impression do I get within 5 seconds? Okay, so let's go straight into it. Let's talk about font. Font has got 2 different aspects to it. The first is the size of the font and the second is the style of the font that you choose. In terms of the size, stick to a size 10 or 11, something that's in between, that's easy to read, that's not too small. I've read resumes where someone has used like a 6 or an 8 and they've tried to really cram everything and it's not very good on the eye. In terms of the style, you want to go conservative, Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri, something conservative that's just easy to read. The second tip is formatting. With formatting, the trick is consistency. If you choose a 0.75 margin, stick to that all throughout your document. If you decide to use bullets for your achievements, pick one bullet type and stick to that. So it's just consistency. The third tip is first person. When you write your resume, it's assumed that you're writing your CV in the first person. For example, you want to write, I am a detail-oriented emergency preparedness expert. You want to drop the I and just write detail-oriented emergency preparedness expert. Never write in the third person. The fourth tip is length. So in terms of length, imagine you are one person out of 5,300 people that are applying for a position. And this is reality. I was speaking to a colleague the other day who does recruiting, and she said that for one position, she literally had 4,300 resumes that she had to physically go through. So you're competing with 4,000, 5,000, sometimes even more than that in any job. So you don't want to land 6 pages on a recruiter's lap. Stick to 2 to 3 pages and just give the main points. We'll talk a little bit more about the content, what you want to put in that resume, the headings that you want to use in my next topic. But today, just to keep in mind that you want to keep the length to 2 to 3 pages. The fifth and last tip that I want to share with you is proofread, proofread, proofread. I really cannot say that enough. You do not want to send out your CV or resume with any mistake, whether it be spelling or you put a full stop or a comma in the wrong place. So proofread, proofread, proofread. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you are able to use these 5 tips to create that winning resume that passes the 5-second rule. Subscribe please and press the like button and join me again for another discussion. Thank you.